team, mid-caps in particular, index up about 1%. Ramdeo, your thoughts on how GST was implemented? There's some who are saying that is there near-term earnings risk? Is there a near-term earnings risk? And if yes, would that be a buying opportunity?
See, I'm not GST expert. I'm a chartered accountant, but I'm not a GST expert. And like
Prime Minister had good words for chartered accountants. Right?
Yes, so we'll talk about that. But see, the issue is that I mean, for last 15-20 days, because now the GST became real. After that, we started meeting the companies which have a intense logistics and people for whom we have respect for their execution, and which are truly pan-India. They have 15 plants, 20 plants, they have thousands of crores, they have market shares, they have respectable market cap. I mean, I have not come across any company which are not at awe and appreciation for the piece of legislation. I went to an automotive company in Delhi just last week, and he said it's a brilliant piece of legislation. And yes, he also talked about some difficulties among the the smaller say fabricators or something like that. But they are doing classes, they are helping everybody, and government is also responsive. I mean, they are responding by the minute, by the hour. So I think on the whole, at least for the corporate world, it's a fantastic piece of news, and it's a ultimate ease of doing business. Of course, there will be hiccups in the execution. I mean, we know when closest I have seen is the dematting of the entire market. I mean, in 2003 when it was done, it was like a force. Suddenly it came. And a lot of brokers, I mean, a lot of clients were not prepared. The way right now clients are not prepared. And what happened was brokers were using their account to hold the shares of the clients. And it took almost a year for us to resolve all the reconciliations. One or two entries might be left even now, right?
That was the start of a big bull market.
For the bull market. Then suddenly what happens is when this kind of ease of doing business happens, there is no paper. You have unlimited capacity.
Yes.
Like today, I mean, size of Motilal Oswal is bigger than any of the exchanges. Leave aside NSE. So, what happens is that, I mean, I remember, I mean, a broker, one guy could execute only 200 trades in 87 when we started the business. So, entire one membership, where I used to work, 6 guys used to go. So, 1200 transaction was the max capacity.
Yeah, but now, of course, you can do almost unlimited transactions.
We do maybe thousands of transactions.
Yes, exactly.
We literally cross 1 million transactions now. So, that's the kind of, it's a building block of big build-up in the economy. I mean, not only ease of doing business, but you are preparing for something very long, run in the economy. And there will be difficulties in execution. But now this is something which you cannot walk back.
I take your point.
Yeah, so it's a digital tax, and I'm quite sure the people who are appreciating. And one guy came, I mean, let me just give, one guy came and he said, if there are 10 guys in this country who knows GST, I'll be one of them, he said. And he said, this is a brilliant piece.
Okay.
And I would take his word.
Oh yes, let's take that word. It's good for the country, of course. Ramdeo, a couple of more issues. Housing finance has done well. I think you have PNB Housing Finance as one of your investments. You're betting big on this. What's happening in this space?
I think, Anuj, we have discussed HDFC Bank. But I think individual stocks I would not like to
discuss. No, you would not like to discuss.
Yeah, because
PNB Housing is not the only stock which has done well. Indiabulls has also done well. LIC has also done well. I'm asking, is housing finance the big sector?
I mean, housing, if you see, the opportunity is staggering. And now with the falling interest rates, the opportunity size becomes even bigger. Because when you buy a 15-20 years mortgage, the bulk of the thing is interest cost, not the principal. You pay 3, 4, 5 times of the originally borrowed money. That is when you are charging at 10-11%. But when you charge it 6-7%, if your mortgage comes down to 5-6%, 7%, I think we're talking about 8-8.5% now, the popular big segment. Now, if that comes down by 100-200 basis points, the kind of, I mean, you can live in 3 bedroom, you can live in 5 bedroom, you can live in large 5 bedrooms. So the ambition for a larger, bigger, better house is unlimited, even if you have the house. This is a country without houses. So, I mean, it's all question of affordability. So, this is ultimate discretionary one can have.
Is discretionary the biggest bet then, you think, if this market is going to be driven by domestic flows? In that case, do you think discretionary consumption, which includes all aspects, housing, house improvement and everything, that remains the key theme to back, Ramdeo?
That definitely remains. See, one is that opportunity is there in India everywhere.
Yeah.
How's the competitive landscape? That we have to see whether there are 2 guys, there are 5 guys, and how the one which we are picking is competent to kind of harness that particular opportunity. So it's a very case specific. You cannot put in the data that, okay, these 20 sectors are discretionary, so let me buy across. You cannot do that. Say like in cars. I mean, car is the ultimate discretionary. The moment you become competent to buy, you'd go and buy a car for your family. But in car industry, India has a very crazy kind of competitive setup. The first guy is 50%. I mean, on the road you go, out of 5 cars, 3 cars will be only one brand.
Yes.
Okay, where do you get? You tell me one country. Do you know how many cars China is making right now? In 2000, let me tell you one statistics. India was doing little more than what China was doing in cars. We were doing about 1 million, they were doing about 900,000 something. That was in 98, 99. Today, I was trying to see the study, let it be checked. 28 million is the last year's number for China.
And we are stuck at?
We are struggling with 3 million.
Wow.
So in next 10 years or 12 years, even if it is half of that,
yes,
and of that half remains with this guy, they need to put up a plant every year.
Okay, and Maruti as a stock has done well for you, Ramdeo. Last question then. Do you see this market then going on non-stop, Ramdeo? Because that's also not good. Like
Nothing goes in straight line.
Yeah.
Nothing goes in straight line. I have seen my wealth.
Yes.
When I look back, 3 times I have a 70% correction.
Oh yes.
70%.
58% is the correction we had in 2009, 2008.
No, in 92 we had 70% correction.
Yeah, I don't remember those days. Of course, I was not in the
telling
market.
you, 30 to 10, then 10 to 100, 100 to 30,
yes,
30 to 500, 500 to again 225.
Yes.
So nothing goes in straight line.
Correction will come.
Particularly when this kind of discussion comes, that can it go in a straight line?
Yes.
That is the time it breaks down.
Yeah.
So I think we should always be ready for a correction. Only thing, you should not be leveraged. So when you fall, only 1 or 2 legs should break. You should not be completely out of action.
Yes.
So there will be correction, and it's fun part of it.
Okay.
I mean, the real excitement is you cannot see the future. And let's not try to see the future or predict the future. Nobody has been able to do it. But we can conduct ourselves. See, when the markets are irrational, unpredictable in the shorter run, we have to be very, very cautious and rational.
Okay, Ramdeo, I can go on and on, but we have positive time. So thank you so much for taking time out, and of course we'll keep talking off the record as well. But that's the view from Ramdeo Agarwal. Always bullish, but saying that don't be leveraged, but stay invested. Of course, nothing will move in linear manner, but extremely positive, and the domestic liquidity is here to stay. We'll take a break with the news that the market is